I mean, it's recording?
Yep.
Okay. We're professionals. Hey, Patreon, it's Mal with Reptiles, and today we're going to do the video you requested. So give us a little bit of slack because Question Girl is using our new gimbal that we've got a while back. She hadn't used it too often, so give us a little bit of leeway here. We read several of your suggestions what you wanted this video to be about, and we made our selection. But before we tell you what the selection is, I do want to share a couple things that were good ideas, but just didn't quite win today. But first of all, that is somebody wanted to be all about this snake. I wonder who that was. But here it is. Here's Darkness. She's alive, doing fine. The video will not be all about her today. Get in there, baby girl. Another one from Anna that was a great suggestion was doing videos about like a specific morph and how to identify it and what it does in combos and kind of like all about that morph. And I really like that idea. But we actually are talking about doing something very similar to that, going through different genes like pastel, lesser, spider, those sorts of things. So you will get a chance to see that same thing. And you're doing the exact same thing you did last time.
I know, but I'm trying to figure it out. If I don't play with it, then I won't figure it out.
So setting it still.
Thanks, Patreon, for understanding that I'm learning.
Yeah. I'm going to get beat later. Anyway, it's like my birthday almost. Oh, and one other housekeeping thing is, and I will be doing a post about it, this is a short month, and we've been really busy. We do know, because I'm well aware that we owe you a Patreon special for February. We will be doing that. Actually, probably in March. I'm looking at the very first weekend in March, March the 3rd. We'll probably just do that live for you. So that is coming. You still get that at the beginning of March, and of course, one later on in March for March too. So we got you. And then we're going to be doing a giveaway as well. I'm going to be making that phone call, send out this video to get that set up. And as far as getting the computer software, and hopefully we'll be doing that in March, that you guys met the goal I set. And that will be for that blue-eyed leucistic male with a little bit of an imperfection in his tail. Now, back on target. So those are the things that were suggested and some of the ones that we're not going with today. Another suggestion was to talk about what one of our long-term projects is, and also to talk about a different suggestion, to talk about how we choose long-term projects. And I thought we could kind of do both at once, so let's get on with it. So the project we're going to be talking about will be the project related to our Blitz ball pythons. This is, of course, a Blitz female we produced. I want to show her to you. We'll kind of get into a little bit of how you can identify a Blitz, and that is this blown-out pattern here where it kind of curls in on itself. And this girl has one of the best Blitz markers I've ever seen. I just got to find it. When I find it. All right. Oh, there it is. Boom. Right there. It doesn't get any more Blitz than that right there. So all of these obviously are definitely Blitz. She's very easy to identify.
What do you mean doesn't get more Blitz than that? What is that?
That is just how a Blitz is supposed to look. Textbook perfect. A very heavy pattern, and that's kind of what happens to the alien heads. Now, does it always happen just like that? No, there they connect. Here they're just kind of blown out. Here it curls in, and this one gets really weird. So they do different things, but that is like the textbook perfect Blitz that you're looking for right there. Looks like two little miniature hurricane weather emblems. Hurricane is one that looks very similar to this. We'll see if they're different or not down the road, I'm sure. We'll put her back in there. Now, I originally paired her to a pastel. I did that because I recognized that along the bottom sides, they both had some lightning. And my hope was, I originally paired her to a calico. And my hope was that I could do a Blitz calico that would come out similar to a pastel calico with the white really blowing up in that side pattern, but be much busier. So that was where that project started. And as you guys know, it did not exactly work out the way I intended. Worked out really cooler than I intended. Of course, this is our Calico Blitz. And you can see, I know, how crazy her pattern looked. You can see the white in there a little bit, and just spots. More up in the front body, but that back third just really turned to a crazy wonky colors and patterns and everything interesting. So that said, what am I going to do for a long-term project, and how did I pick that project? Well, I want to highlight those colors and bring them out more. This year we're doing a banana black pastel to her because, well, we had that male ready. I think it'd be a cool pairing. That's really not what my long-term goals are for this snake. It's just what I had ready. So we have some very long-term plans for this. But that banana black pastel is going to be pretty cool. So how would we amplify those colors? When it comes to choosing that... for lack of a better word, that project is always thinking about, this is the look I want. How do I get where I want to be? And I think this might be a key to it right here. And that is an Orange Dream female. So she is being paired to our male Blitz this year, hopes to make a Blitz Orange Dream that then I can sit there and run back through that female for a Blitz Orange Dream Calico. How cool would that be? A very awesome snake. Now my goal is with the Orange Dream, hopefully to amplify a lot of those colors in there. Something else I want to bring into this pattern or this project eventually, and to see what kind of works better. Get in there. Don't stick your head out. Thank you. Would be something along the lines of right here. Now, she is taken up this year with the scaleless head, but next year, very likely, she's going to see some Blitz action. Again, let me get her in the light. This is a Fire Yellow Belly. Now, look at the colors on that. And again, if you think of what that influence could do with that, we have the potential to get some really, really cool colors in there. So I'm really excited about bringing those two into that project as well. Come on, I'll put you down. Yeah, I know, you're kind of going grabbing on me. Yet there's one more animal I also want to bring into that. And if you remember the original look I was going for, right? I still want that look. So I still want to bring some pastel into that as well. And as I start bringing those parts in there, so this project and how I picked this long-term project, it's more or not, I want to make this 5-gene snake or 4-gene snake or 3-gene snake, is I want to make snakes that look like this, here, here, and here. How do I get there? And then I break it down from the top coming down. If that makes a lick of sense, to see how I get to the part I want. You know, another good example was, I knew I wanted to make a zebra bee. That was one that was just a gold snake, right? And also a killer zebra bee we're going for. But once we got here, I said, man, I want true black and white. How am I going to get to true black and white? And so we start working that pattern, we start working that idea, and what do we make? Well, we make our Fire Yellow Belly Het Axanthic, right? We make a pastel Yellow Belly Het Axanthic. The reason we want these animals, they call it that pastel Yellow Belly Het Axanthic, right here. She's in shed. So this is a girl in shed, and look how bright she is. I truly believe if I add another pastel gene in there, maybe even a fire gene down the road, and then Axanthic and strip that out, we will get that truly black and white snake that we want, that high contrast black and white. So my one fear is that running a second pastel, well, it does amazing stuff. It does tend to blush the black out. So I may not get the contrast on a true black and white that I want. I may have to go back to a single gene pastel and then use other genes, so like maybe a pastel Fire Yellow Belly Orange Dream Axanthic to get to that true black and white. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how it goes. So that, in a nutshell, is how I pick my projects. And some of the projects we have long term, both. I mean, you're hearing what my plans are with the Blitz, and you're hearing what some of my plans are with the Axanthic, and where those two things are pushing me to go. So hopefully that answers some of those questions and a few of those things. Question, girl, you have any questions?
At this point in time, no.
Well, this is the only time you can have them because the video's going to be over.
I don't know. Do you ever just sit down and map out projects years in advance, and where do you want projects to go long term?
Yes and no. I do, but I don't write it down. And I probably should. And there's going to get to be a point I'm going to have to, as this grows. And just, I find that my belief and my ability just to keep it up here probably isn't as... my true ability to keep it up here probably isn't as good as my belief in my ability to keep it up here. So right now it's all stored right here in the old coconut, but there will be a time I will probably have to write those things down to remember what it is I'm doing. Just like this year I had to start writing my males on my tubs to help prevent mistakes. You get to a certain point and it just begins to get to be too much to keep just in your head and keep straight. Anything else?
Are African swallows able to carry that coconut?
Probably. I don't know. No idea. I'm not a bird guy. Jeez. All right, guys. Now she's trying to make bad jokes, and that's my department. We might as well go ahead and hop off here. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for being patient letting this video get filmed to come out. We wanted to film it today after we picked what we wanted to film. I know that seems convoluted. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.